Hello and welcome again to VW Feast, and today we're going to make a beautiful Kenyan chicken curry. So two things. One, I bet you didn't know that Kenyans ate curry, but there's some beautiful curries that come from there. And secondly, watch out for yours truly in my beautiful loungewear and sparkly pink socks. So as you can see, we have chicken, we have the spices and the ingredients, and what the VW says is think about this as separate bowls. So you combine the spices into bowls and then you can add them in that very professional way. So with bowl one of the spices, we add in the lemon. Have a look at the description for exactly what's happening here. Right, place that onto the chicken, and this is going to act as a marinade. So what we want to do is to get that all over the chicken and then leave it to do its magic, to loosen up the fibers of the meat and to permeate with those beautiful flavors. So you can use the traditional stirring or the less traditional Tupperware dance. As you can see, this leaves it all nicely combined. You want to leave this in the fridge for a couple of hours at least. Ideally, if you can make it and leave it for 24 hours, even better. Now we'll crank the VW up into full speed mode and we'll make the sauce. Again, in goes some creamed coconut, the spices, the chili. And here we're using some bird's eye chilies. You want a little bit of heat for this because it's offset with all the beautiful creaminess of the coconut. So don't be afraid to put a little bit of pep into this one. Peeling and chopping the onions just enough to be able to get into the blitzer. And then some beautiful sweet ripe tomatoes. Again, doesn't matter which one you use, but as long as they've got plenty of flavor. And just cutting them up enough to fit into the blitzer. And blitz away. What you're aiming for here is not a paste this time, you're aiming for a slightly more chunky mixture. You still want to keep some of those textures in there because they're going to add to the curry later on. So as you can see, rustic as the VW would say. Alright, into some oil. We're going to add all that mixture. So that's the onions, the coconut, the tomatoes, the chilies. And just gently cook that. Let the onions just start cooking a little bit, take away some of that bitterness. And also to reduce some of the liquid from it. And when that's cooking through nicely, see it's reduced down nicely, taking away a lot of the moisture, and then just cook through those onions. So to this we're going to speed up the VW and add in the rest of the ingredients. So first of all, in goes the chicken, nicely marinated. And you probably don't want to add the box as well. Make sure you get all that sauce off the box if you do drop it in. And then make sure it's all coating the chicken completely. Tidy up as you go. Just coating every last piece of that chicken. Just shake up the coconut milk for later, or pass it over to your able assistant who can then open it. As I said, look out for those fabulous pink socks. Can you see me? Cook that down for a bit. And you can see nicely tenderizing the chicken here. I wish you could smell this. This is beautiful at this stage. So, in goes the coconut milk. And then, so we don't waste any of it, we're going to scrape it out and even add in some water just so we get every last bit of this out. You want a little bit more water as well for the cooking. Of course, coconut gives it that sweetness, the richness, and along with the creamed coconut helps to balance the chilies. That's why you can afford to be a little bit more adventurous with the chilies on this one. Put a little bit of pep in it. Stir all that through. And then cover and leave to cook. After a while, you might want to just make sure everything's nicely stirred in. And this is your opportunity just to take a little bit of a taste of what's going on here. You might want to decide that actually there's not enough pep and you want to put more chilies in. But we've got it perfect, so we're just going to cover and then cook for the remaining time. As you get towards the end, you want to get it up quite high just to reduce it down. You want to remove some of this liquid that's been cooking in and just intensify the flavour. To this we're going to have a little bit of lemon juice and chopped coriander. So combine all that through and then just reduce down to your preferred consistency. Then when you're happy, serve with rice. And here we have it, Kenyan chicken curry. Enjoy.